Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So before we begin this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. A combination of all the videos that I have in the library, I think it's over 250 long videos and about 260 or a little bit more shorts. So again, it's going to be free. There's not going to be any membership or any this is what you get if you have a subscription. So it's going to be free because I want to make sure that you get what my take on different topics, and I also want you to get ability for you to watch a video, look at a topic within the video, and you can research it, or you can send me a question, or you can send me a comment, and I'll be happy to give you my take on it, or I can make a video on the specific one. If you have any questions, any topics, any suggestions, put them in the comment section. If you want to connect with me on social media outlets, on Facebook, just search for Carlos Flores Jr. On Instagram, you can type in @BackOnBasics. On X, you can also type in @BackOnBasics. Today's topic is part 3 of the 5-part series that I'm doing on the 5 no's. K-N-O-W. Knows is like knowing, right? So we already talked about knowing yourself, and we talked about knowing others. So today's topic is about knowing your higher power. This is what drives you. This is what makes you do the things that you want to do, the things that you have to do, the things that you don't like doing, but you have to do them. I mean, this could be anything. It could be religion. It could be a celestial being. It could be anything that drives you. It could be a poem. It could be a song. It could be a book. It could be like a person. It could be a group. It could be anything. And, motivation is huge in a lot of the times, because all we need to do is take our first step and we're already moving forward. Remember, this is what I keep on saying. And so, knowing your higher power, what drives you, what helps you go forward, what helps you move forward, right? That's very important to me. That's very important. I have a number of them. Religion is one. It's I'm a very religious person, and so there's different aspects that just drive me. Mind-body balance is another. What I call higher power as well, because it actually, if my mind is sharp and my body is focused, right, then I'm in the here and now. I'm in the present, and I'm ready to make decisions without lingering in the past and without creating a false future. And so that's to me, that's something that drives me as well. Resiliency has also been kind of like a higher power, and I'm not saying higher power as in it's just being resilient, just being able to fall down and get up, and then fall down again and get up. I told you recently that in March, my dad passed away. That was very sad for me. I processed it, but I still have lingering things that I need to deal with. There's some things that I haven't dealt with. And so, having a higher power can move you towards towards processing that. It doesn't matter if it's one thing at a time, or 2 things at a time, or 3 things at a time, or 10 things at a time. As long as you're processing, you're moving forward again. As long as you're falling forward, you're moving forward. As long as you do like half a step, or 1/4 of a step, or 1/8 of a step, or 1/16 of a step, you're moving forward. You have to find what drives you. to me, there's a number of things that drive me. Being a provider drives me. As a father, as a provider, being able to provide makes me want to get up in the morning, because I want to be able to provide the things that are needed in order for my family to be successful, for my friends to be successful, for people to be successful in general. Every time you see my smiles, right? Every time you see my smiles in my videos, it's because I love doing these videos. It's amazing that an introvert, right? Somebody that keeps to themselves is able to smile. It's able to have the brain send signals to my body saying, hey, release the happy chemicals. And so my body is just happy right now. My body is just, I can tell my body's like, man, it is like, it's like charging up. It's like pumping up. It's, and it just, there's motivation. I mean, it's mental motivation, and then it becomes physical motivation, and then you move forward, and you don't stop. You're unstoppable. Remember that whatever your higher power, that the thing that drives you, the thing that motivates you to move forward, the thing that gets you to do the things that most people don't do, it's up to you. You can't just say, oh yeah, I'm going to follow this one because he follows this, or I'm going to follow this because she follows this. It's not that way. Unless you make the decision yourself that that's what you're going to do, because that's what you are deciding as a person, then that's great. But if you're just doing it because somebody else is doing it, then you're not working towards anything. You're just working towards what you think it's a goal, what you think is something that you want to do, but in reality, it's not. It's interesting. One of our three cats. Remember, we have three cats, and you've seen all three cats over here in some of the videos. One of our cats is actually dying, and so he's literally dying as we speak. This is where I was. We were there just sitting watching him, and so taking his last breaths. I mean, he's still there. He's in the tub. He went in the tub so that way he can have access to water. He can have access so that way he can go to the bathroom, so he doesn't go just anywhere. I mean, this is a pretty intelligent cat, and actually a pretty mindful cat. A cat that thinks about others. Whenever he hears one of our voices, he perks up a little bit, but then he goes back and lays down some more. I mean, it is what it is. Let's be honest. And so, those are the things that sometimes just stops you from doing the things that you need to do. And so I told myself, I'm gonna go to today's video because I want to make sure that I'm always moving forward. It's hard not to move forward. It feels, it's a vicious cycle, right? If you do something, you're motivated, and you're here, your mind and body balance, and then you're here in the moment, you're in the present moment, you're using your support system, and it cycles like that. And again, and that creates these compound victories that eventually you'll be unstoppable. Well, it's the other way around as well. Something happens that you slow down, or you don't do the activities that you love doing. And then again, it happens again and again and again. And these are negative compound things that happen. And it's hard because it's hard to do something when you have no motivation, when you have no drive, when you have no will, when you don't have a higher power that you say, this is what gets me going. This is what moves me. And again, it can be anything. It could be a song, it could be a book, it could be a poem, it could be religion, it could be, a place, it could be a, movie or TV show, whatever drives you. Everybody's different, right? We can't assume that everybody will fall to a certain category. Then what we're doing is we're forcing people, or we are making decisions for other people to do that. You can't do that. You have to let individuals make decisions. Will they be good decisions? It's up to them. It's up to them to decide. But remember, as individuals, we also take advantage of our support system, because they can see us from different perspectives, and they can give us, some different points of views of how they see what we're doing, what we need to do to get to move forward. And I'm just saying move forward. I'm not saying get to your goals or get to do this or, whatever. It's move forward. Moving forward creates momentum. Momentum creates energy. Energy creates velocity. Velocity creates unstoppable you. Again, right? Find that higher power that does that. Find it. Find that higher power. It doesn't have to be a celestial being. It doesn't. If it's religion, great. If it's something else, great. If it's a person here, great. If it's a guru here, great. If it's a class, great. If yoga gets you going, if meditation gets you going, if a class about a person that you admire gets you going, anything that moves you forward, that gets you going, then that's what you need to do. That is a higher power. And so sometimes that higher power, or the things that motivate you to move forward, changes. You have to understand that. You can't just cling to somebody or something or whatever and attach to it and think that that's the only thing that will help you. That's the reason why you have a support system, so that way your support system can actually tell you what will work best under the present circumstances. Like right now, with our cat Finn. I actually sat with him for a while, and I told him that it was okay to move on. It was okay. I thanked them for all the good times that we've had. I mean, the other cats were looking, because remember, we have 3 cats. The other cats were roaming around. They weren't close to where he was, but he could hear them. He could hear everybody in our family, either on phone or in person. And so, I mean, he's suffering right now. Not a lot, thank goodness. But he's still here. He's still here. And he appreciates it. And I get why cats now, I get why they like to go and be private while they pass, while they die. It's because, that attachment that you've had for all these years, the meows and the food that you give them, and the things that they do for you, how they make you feel. They make you feel happy. They make you feel angry because they peed all over the place. I mean, there's so many different things. Bottom line, they're great. Those are good memories. Those are good memories to have. Maybe that will be a higher power for me, for Finn the cat, because his memories, he's, I called him Doofy, because he's a little goofy and a little dumb, so I called him Doofy, but he was such a sweet cat. He's still a sweet cat as we speak, but pretty soon he's going to pass. It's amazing. Right now, I haven't rehashed the grieving process. Remember, my dad passed in March, and then I indirectly connected my cousin passing of COVID in 2021, And now this, I mean, it's what it is, right? But I don't complain. Sometimes I do. I mean, because I miss my dad and I want to hear my dad sometimes, and I want to listen to him and I want him to give me advice. And my cousin is the same way. And I bet you that when he passes, Finn will be the same. I just want to hear him meow. I just want to hear him do the thing he does, the doofy things that he does. And so, but in the meantime, I'm using my support system as a kind of like a motivation or a higher power to move forward. I'm using my support system so that way I'm able to talk it out. So that way I don't keep it inside and then hurt myself physically, not physically. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Mentally or however it is. I don't want to be hurt. I have learned through these videos that mind-body balance, right, is very important. And so I let things go and I talk them out, or I write them in a journal and then I read it, a week later, a month later, a year later, and I read it and I see where I was at that moment where I thought that I was at my worst, and now I'm at success, or I'm working towards another goal, or, I mean, it's amazing. So, finding a higher power is important in your life. It's important in your journey. It's important because you need to make sure that your higher power, whichever it is, again, a book or a poem or a song or a person or a religion or a place or however it is, it makes sure that it moves you forward. If it's moving you back, then it's not one that you should have. And make sure that it moves forward. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that you can get notified of any new videos coming on board. Again, suggestions, questions, topics. If you want me to give you my take on something, just let me know. Hit the notification button. If you like this video, higher power. That's just finding your higher power, finding your motivation. Till next time, Back on Basics.